And I said, well, if I could put it, I'm not Ann Coulter. I don't want to be like Ann Coulter. But if I can put together the facts and go through her record as a senator, because I said, well, I'm not going to go way back into it because I was in middle school when Bill Clinton was president. But, if you want to look on the facts and what she's done in the Senate, I can put that together for you. And they said that's exactly what we want. So that's what I got to do with the vast right-wing conspiracies dossier on Hillary Clinton. My little brother, who's 21 years old, just finished his first tour of the Marines in August. I'll get to see him tonight. And, he went over there as an 18-year-old kid, signed up out of high school, wore that uniform, lost friends, got hurt himself, and he fought for the cause because he was told to. And this is something that Hillary Clinton can't decide if she supports or not, because she doesn't know how it polls. And that is really offensive to me. We can look at her record. I'm going to walk through her record extensively tonight, and this is the single biggest issue for me. She has no credibility on foreign policy in my eyes. She says, look, remember the President Bush explained that this is going to happen in January. She says, look, I think the American people are done in Iraq. I think they're at a point whether they thought it was a good idea or not, they have seen misjudgment and blunder after blunder, and their attitude is, what is this getting us? What is this doing for us? She went on to say that thousands of people are dying every month in Iraq. Our presence there is not stopping it, and there's no potential opportunity that I can imagine where it could. This is an Iraqi problem. We cannot save the Iraqis from themselves. This is offensive to not only our military, but the Iraqis, who she sees as barbarians who are going after each other and we can do nothing about it. And if you think about it, she said this before the surge even started. Bush laid out that plan in January 2007. The troops didn't even get there until the end of July. Her and Harry Reid were calling this surge a mistake and a failure before it even had a chance. But the Hillary Clinton that talks now is not the Hillary Clinton that voted for the war in 2002. It's not the same Hillary Clinton that took credit for the progress being made in Iraq in 2003. It's not the Hillary Clinton that can be trusted to be commander-in-chief. So the bottom line is this on the war. Hillary Clinton voted for the war because she knew the intelligence lined up. She will never take back that vote. As much as Kofi gets mad about it, as much as the liberals say Bush led us into war, she will say anything else that she can against it. She'll say that they misused her vote, but she will never take back that vote, because if she does, then she'll be saying that her husband's administration got it wrong. And that's a terrible position to be in, because they won't elect another Clinton president if that's the case. If Hillary Clinton's elected, your taxes are going to get higher, pretty much. If you go through and lay out, have you guys been watching her on the campaign trail? If you look at all the things that she's proposed, it adds up to $783 billion above regular spending. This is for universal health care, universal paid leave, universal broadband internet access. Do you know that Hillary's going to give you that one? Hillary, she says, well, I have a plan to pay for everything. And then the Boston Globe reporter said, I read the thing. And they said, well, please tell us. And she goes, oh, go to my website, you can find it. So I went through her website one by one. I have a story coming up for our new Town Hall magazine that lays all this out too, where you can look at it. But she has a plan. She does have a plan. There's a tax associated with almost every single big spending plan she has. If you look at universal health care, for example, if you go by her own numbers, she says it's going to cost $110 billion a year. Okay, she says she's going to pay for that by repealing the Bush tax cuts, which she says she expects to get $52 billion a year from. Okay, so you're still short a little bit. Excuse me. And then if you go by what other economic advisors say, they say she won't even get $52 billion out of this. So really trying to estimate any kind of future tax revenue is a really bad idea. The last time Congress tried to do this with luxury taxes, this is 1991, I don't even remember, but they tried to tax beer and luxury cars and boats. They thought they were going to get $30 million by doing that. They only got 16.6. She said she's going to spend $150 billion over the next 10 years to promote energy independence with green energy. Probably heard something about this plan. And to do this, Hillary Clinton would tax the domestic oil companies $50 billion to pay for a government-controlled research research agency she calls the Strategic Energy Fund. And that money would hand out money for alternative energy projects. So essentially it comes down, she's going to tax the companies she doesn't like to give money to the companies she does like. This is something that was called central planning by Karl Marx. To pay for her American retirement accounts, she says this will cost about $20 to $25 billion for the federal retirement match program. She's going to tax inheritances. This is called the death tax. She'll use, she thinks she can get $400 billion extra dollars off you when your grandparents die. She's going to take some of that money. She'll also use the death tax revenue to pay for an $8 billion a year college affordability program, which if you guys know anything about how that works, it usually just ends up jacking up the price of tuition. But the bottom line is she has no way of paying for any of this. Even if you go by your own numbers, she's going to come up hugely short. This is above regular spending. It's not counting inflation. There's no doubt your taxes will go with Hillary Clinton.
The MSU College Republicans wish to thank the following sponsors for their generous donations in support of this event. Bishop Ira Combs Jr., who is the pastor and founder of the Greater Bible Way Temple Church of the Apostolic Faith in Jackson, Michigan. And also Mr. Kenneth B. Stockwell, who is the president of Stockwell Commercial and Investment Services in Lansing.